Venom: The Last Dance drops tomorrow, so here's the recap of the second movie. So we're circling back to Cletus Cassidy, who's a serial killer who is just really obsessed with Eddie Brock for some reason. Eddie kind of revives his interviewing career by starting it with interviewing this really, really big serial killer. Essentially, he's awaiting trial because a bunch of the bodies that he killed haven't been discovered yet. It's really weird. But long story short, thanks to Venom, they get a bunch of clues and find out where the bodies have been, and they end up putting him on the death penalty. And Cletus hates Eddie for this and wants to get some revenge ASAP. However, now that Cletus is about to be on death row, Eddie's life has basically gone the complete opposite. Everybody knows his name again, he gets a bunch of money, and he's just doing a lot better now. So he ends up interviewing him again before he's about to die, and he basically ends up talking a bunch of smack that ends up making Venom, attack him. And Cletus ends up biting Eddie's hand, and the combination of the Venom symbiote and blood ends up creating Carnage, which gives him the powers. And then before he's about to die, he breaks out of prison and basically wants to kill Eddie Brock. We're going to circle back to this woman right here. The first thing he does when he gets the Carnage symbiote is that he goes and saves this girl right here. He met her at that mental hospital, and basically she protected him from a bunch of the bullies there, so they fell in love basically. But her ability is sound, and sound is also very sensitive to symbiote, so pay attention to that. And that funny thing you see on her eye is actually a gunshot wound. Shot by this cop who basically shot her when she tried to escape a mental hospital. So she's got beef with the cop for shooting her. Cletus has got beef with Eddie, and Carnage wants to kill Venom. So now they all have their enemies that they want to go target each other. Long story short, they end up capturing Anne and the cop as hostages in order to lure Eddie so that they can fight. And the fight basically leaves Venom completely outclassed. But Venom basically wins against Carnage because Venom and Eddie are a better bond compared to Carnage and Cletus, who don't really go with each other. So that's kind of why they lose. Venom ends up eating Carnage and killing him. He's gone. Yeah, she ended up getting bodied in the fighting too. GG's. For some reason, I guess the cop ended up absorbing her powers. This movie's just really messy. The most important part of the movie is the end credit scene. So when No Way Home happened, it ended up bringing Eddie to the MCU universe. But obviously with the finale, we know everybody got sent back to the original universes. So it sends Eddie back, but it leaves the symbiote in the 616, leading us into the next trilogy for Spider-Man Tom Holland with the symbiote. Guys, like and follow, and let me know if you have any more questions.